Hello everyone. Welcome. I hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. I'm really excited about doing this free introductory course. So if you are joining in, go ahead and say hello. How are you doing today? I would love to hear from you guys. I love how you all are super responsive whenever I post and ask questions about the Confident Queen. You guys have been amazing, giving me feedback and telling me the things that you are maybe like struggling with. Thank you guys for being like super open, and I have taken all that into consideration to do this live training tonight. This is a free introductory course to the Confident Queen, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It's basically like a precursor to what would be a part of the actual course itself. So the course is 4 separate parts, and like I'm still working on it because it just keeps flowing, and I'm at like 20 pages for each part of the course, which has been amazingly powerful, and I'm so thankful that it's just all kind of flowing, and I hope that you guys will really enjoy this training tonight. And if you are interested in joining the course, you can always message me or comment below, and I will get the link over to you. So first off, how are you guys doing? I really want to know, how are you guys doing? What's going on? I'm like still trying to organize my little self over here. So forgive me guys, I'm like getting used to this because I haven't done a live here in so long, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's my setup? Usually I do my live videos in my office space, but I'm not in my office space right now. So let me know how you guys are doing. I am not logged into my Facebook account on my computer. Usually I am. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull that up so that way I can see you guys' comments on the side. And if you guys had any questions about confidence, go ahead and type those. I took some of the ones that people have already sent in, but if you are just now getting to tune in to watch this, you can go ahead and type those as well. And once I get this pulled up, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. If you have a journal, notepad, you need to go ahead and get that out. Get a pen. It's going to be a lot of notes, and I want to be able to give you guys as much information as possible to help build your confidence. I think that's an area that we as women have to continuously work on. I don't think it's like an overnight sensation type of situation. I think it's something that's an ongoing process, so you have to continuously work at it. Hello guys that are joining, please let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know. I'm gonna see if I can pull this in a little bit closer. Okay, looks more comfortable on my end now. Okay, let's see. Turn just a little bit. Okay. Awesome. So let me pull up my notes that I have now. Hi, Carol. Hope you are doing well today. Thanks for tuning in. And guys, you can share this if you have a friend that you know who needs to work on their confidence and building up their inner self. Please share this video with them so that they can have that opportunity to be able to join in too. You can invite them to this group as well. I think that would be probably great for them, just so they can have a community. And thank you guys for being a part of this community. I think it's really important that we as women have this opportunity to be able to work together and help each other. I believe that's like powerful, like with unity and just being each other's cheerleaders. So let's keep that going. Okay, so first of all, if you have just joined my group, you probably have known me on my personal page. If you didn't, maybe a friend had you to join in. I'm Jasmine Thomas. I created this group, She's Worthy, about 2.5 years ago, my intention was to help women to know their self-worth, and I wanted them to feel empowered about themselves and where they were going in life, because what I've seen over time is that a lot of women typically settle because they don't know their worth. So they may settle in their relationships. They'll settle for the job that's not going to pay them as well. They become scared to live as their authentic selves because they're afraid of what other people may say. And so I wanted to create a space where you can become the best version of yourself and be everything that God called you to. So that's basically what She's Worthy is in a nutshell. And the Confident Queen is an extension of She's Worthy. This is where I'm focusing strictly on confidence, like 100%. That's it. I have done a lot of presentations on confidence in different areas, whether it was a natural hair care expo or a virtual summit. And that is the number one topic that has been requested. And I just keep like seeing myself talk about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I know the women in this group can use this as well. So if you are excited to learn more about confidence, please type below, guys. And yes, Carol, I'm glad you are doing well. I'm doing well too. Like I'm really happy about this presentation because I think it's really going to help you guys. And I'm trying to read your comments. Awesome, Lena. Hey, I'm so glad that you can make it. And thank you for reaching out, asking on clarity for the date, because I had Monday, but then I had the wrong date, everyone. So thank you, Lena, for being prompt and bringing that up, because I definitely needed it. So with my presentation on confidence, I wanted to continue to help other people to build that confidence as well. If you would even look at some statistics, you'll find that typically men apply for jobs that they are not even close to being qualified for. Maybe they're 40% qualified, but they'll apply and they wind up getting them because they have the confidence oh, I can figure this out. I can do this. I just need to put my mind to it. I need to research. I need to get that knowledge. I need to get a mentor. They're more likely to do that versus women will be 90% ready to take on a job, but then we say no, I need to work on that 10%. I'm not gonna go after this. And those statistics are straight facts, and I've seen that in friend groups. I've seen that dealing with people in college, the professional workplace. It's just we're not going after it. And so I want to help change those statistics from women that are in their 60s all the way down to preteens, whoever I can impact. And so this will be friendly for a young woman to be able to watch this if they're under 18. So if you have a niece or a daughter or someone bring them to this, allow them to be able to view and watch this so that they can grow from it as well. So how specifically did I get to this point with my confidence? So for me personally, I have always been a really confident person, and I think it's because I just have this sureness of myself, and I feel very comfortable in my own skin. And I think a lot of people, maybe they didn't have that experience, so they started off life not being as confident because of whatever may have happened to them, whether it was middle school, elementary, high school, different things like that. And I know everyone has a different story and a different journey, and I would love to know, guys, what was your journey with confidence? Have you always just been this super confident person that's always on it, or have you found yourself struggling with your confidence? I really, really want to know if there's something that happened to you, and then I'll keep sharing my story, but I really want to know if you guys can relate, if there was something that triggered your confidence, that brought you down, that really didn't uplift you. So of course, as I've gotten older, my confidence has been up, down, up, down. And I'm not gonna lie, I believe that God tests us in the areas that He wants us to teach and show other people once we get past it. And so that's why I'm being very vulnerable, very transparent. My confidence has not always been at 100%. I've always tried to be a confident person, but more recently, like as I've gotten older and gotten into adulthood and I'm past like the workplace, after college, it's like, oh my gosh, like I see, changes with my confidence. So my confidence level was affected mostly by business. If you guys have a business, if you've started a business and you've experienced some different painful things, it's kind of hard to like bounce back from that, dealing with other people, personalities, losses, profits, all types of things. Or even maybe you've dealt with a relationship where, you felt very confident in your relationship, but then something changed, or maybe it's even your physical appearance. Like your confidence can vary based on whatever you have going on. So I do want to know if you guys would share in the comments. I'm going to check some of the comments. When did you see your confidence go down? What was it? There were a couple people who commented and stated in another post that they actually felt that way in their workplace, like they were new and adjusting. Yeah, I want to know, guys, where's your confidence level? What has changed for you? What are you looking for right now? And I'll come back and check those if you need like a little bit of time to be able to share yours, because I feel like you guys are probably like super thoughtful and you want to make sure you have something meaningful. For those of you that are tuning in, please say hi. I would love to hear from you guys. I have not done a live in a really long time, but I'm enjoying being able to like talk to you guys. Okay, I want to see if I can get this up a little bit higher. Okay. All right, so while I wait on you guys to give me some feedback, some responses about your confidence, I'm actually going to go ahead and dive in and start with the points. Let me see. Hey, Nakia, how are you? Okay, so again, like I said, if you have your notes, you should be ready to take some. Now, a couple of you guys have already just started tuning in, all that good stuff. So, number one, as you are building your confidence, first we're going to work on knowing God. And I think that is the biggest one, but I also don't want to like sound super cliche, because I think that's what happens when we start talking about God and spirituality and everybody's like, God's number one, that's the favorite thing that everyone says, but God may be number one in your life. You may attend church. You may, do ministry, but do you really know God? I know a lot of people who have gone to church their whole lives and they don't have a personal relationship with God. So if you can master this personal relationship, I think it's going to allow you to elevate and be able to really like boost your confidence. So for me, like I couldn't imagine not having God in my life on a personal level to give me that confidence that I need to take it to the next level. Because things in our lives are going to be like, when you look at it, it's going to be kind of scary. And you may not feel fearless right away, right? Like, let's just be realistic. Like, if this is your first time doing something or stepping out on faith, you may have some fears that come up. But when you know God, you'll be able to quote certain scriptures and be able to think through, like, this is who God says that I am. This is who God is, and this is who He says that I am. And that's actually something that I put inside of the actual course. And like I said, guys, this is a free introductory course. The course itself is 4 parts, but I'm kind of giving you guys some parts of the course for free. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you want to join in the course, you're more than welcome to. You can message me or comment below, and I'll get back to your comments. But there are times when you're going to have to learn God for yourself and be able to know, like, your experiences and the things that you actually went through. So for me, like, one time that I really learned God was I had a horrible, reaction to nuts. Like, I found out I was allergic to nuts, peanuts, like anything with nuts in it. And my body went into anaphylactic shock. And I literally was in anaphylactic shock for 3 days. If you guys know anything about allergies, you're really more than likely, if you don't get medical help or attention, you will die within the first day. And I didn't. Now, was I wheezing? Was I breathing funny and all that type of stuff? Yes, I was still going through all the symptoms, but I didn't die. And for me, that's like a testimony, a powerful moment of like, oh my gosh, like God really saved my life, like going through this, because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't have that knowledge, but I lived through that. And not only that, I was able to, recuperate, and I found out what it was. The medicine helped. Like, that was big for me, like huge. And so I'm sure you guys, as you have gotten like older and walk in your faith, you probably have come to know God, specifically for things that he's done for you. I would love to know something that happened in your life that allowed you to like know God for yourself. I would love for you to comment that below, because I think it's going to actually help all of us to like see these experiences and have just like a heart of gratitude. And I think that's really important for us to see that in other people's lives. So I would love for you to comment below, what's something that God did for your life that helped you just believe a little bit more and have more faith. I'm going to be checking in those comments. Hey, I see the numbers are going up and down. So some people joining in, some are going out. Make sure that you catch the replay if you guys are going to have to leave out. I totally understand. Things happen. Alright, if you guys type in the comments something that happened to you guys that was very positive, that God did for you, you can definitely go ahead and put that in, and I'll come back and check it. So on to the next point is, when you are getting to know God, you want to be able to get into the word and read it. Guys, I know that these sound like the basics, but I feel like we have to go back to the basics. Like, we can't just dance over it and play church every Sunday. Like, let's get into the word and let's read it and know it within ourselves, because that's what you have to fight back with. Like, truthfully, if you quote, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, then you're going to have to like put that to the test one day. So maybe when you're feeling down and you're not sure about yourself, like, that's the way you are going to encourage yourself, by using that scripture. And you can't use scripture if you don't know it, if you're not memorizing it. And I know we're so blessed. We have the Bible app, we can have it play to us and all those things, but you want to ingrain those scriptures in your mind every single day, even if it's one scripture a week, whatever it is, just something positive and powerful to just go on your mind to be able to help you to get closer to God. I'm going to actually read this comment. I think this is, yes, from Lena. Okay, so you walked away from a car accident and everyone was shocked when they saw the car. Yes, that is a blessing. That is such a blessing that a lot of people don't have that opportunity to walk away from that. Like, they're gone. But you can live and tell the story. So, yes, that would make me know God for sure as well. So, as you guys are reading the word, again, if you are a new believer, or if you feel like you're starting all the way over, then I encourage you to start with the gospel, the 4 gospels, and then maybe add on to Psalms and Proverbs to just kind of open your understanding more, and definitely spend time in prayer. I think that's something that people might take for granted. Like, you don't have to sit, for 6 hours and pray every day, but like, taking that time for intentional prayer in the morning, or even intentional prayer at night, or writing your prayers out, like just being very conscientious and learning about God and speaking to him and actually listening to him too, because sometimes he'll give you different words that you need to actually hear for yourself. So you want to make sure that you are doing that, spending that time with God on a daily basis and learning truly who he is. And I think that that's where your power will come from. And another thing that I would also add to that, as you are learning and knowing God, is coming to trust God more and more based on the things that he's done. So Lena, I love the fact that you shared about your car wreck. I'm sure that probably like boosted your trust. Like, okay, well, I remember, when this happened, look what God did. I even use that with like, financial situations. Like, oh, I remember whenever God, blessed me when I literally had nothing, and now I have more than enough. And so I know he's going to do it again. So continuously building that trust, building your faith, and writing gratitude lists also can help you guys. So I am dishing out tons of tips, guys. If this is helping you, let me know. Let me know if this is helping you, because you might just want to join in on the actual course, because I go into a whole lot more, details in this, and I'm already giving a whole lot here. Let me know. And your confidence can be built up with this specific scripture, passage of scripture, Hebrews 11. That is my favorite, the Faith Hall of Fame. I encourage you guys to read Hebrews 11. I think that will also boost your confidence of knowing God. All right, next one. After you fall to a place where you know God, you need to focus on knowing yourself. Knowing yourself. In our world, I feel like we're always like just trying to go to the next thing, hang out with the next person. And sometimes we don't take that time alone with ourselves. That is so important for you to spend time getting to know you, what you like, what you don't like, what things you need to work on, what things you're really good at. When you cultivate yourself, you become more valuable to you and to those that you serve, which we're going to get to that part of serving others as well and knowing your purpose. So I encourage you guys to spend that time, even if it's like, you take 30 minutes to just sit by yourself and read, or you take the time to express yourself, through writing, or you do therapy. Like, I do a lot of those things that I've just mentioned, and it has helped me so much to have much more positive interactions with other people, a more positive perspective of myself and the things that I've gone through in my life, because I've taken the time to get to know myself. Awesome, Lena. I'm so glad this is helping you. Good. Have a lot more to go. As you spend time with yourself, you'll start to value you more, and you'll see like, oh my gosh, like I'm really incredible. That's important. And I know some people are like wanting to be so humble, and humility has nothing to do with knowing that you're a great person, what you can contribute, how awesome you are. You need to know that. That way you can give to other people, because that's why I believe that we're here in the first place, is to be an example and to be a light, at least for one person. If we can help one person, we've done our job. A lot of people like to focus on the millions, which millions is great. Like, right? If God blesses me to help millions of people, I'd be like, yes, thank you. But if I just have one person, right now I have 4 people watching, but even if it's just one person that gets something out of this, I have done my job. And that's what we have to kind of think through, but we have to know ourselves first. You also want to, as you're learning yourself, put energy towards your own dreams and goals. What I've realized is what takes people's confidence down is when they're constantly working for someone else. Not talking about a job, but I mean you're always working for other people, and you haven't had that time to work for you and your goals and your dreams and things that you want to do for your life. And I understand, everyone's situation is different, whether you have other responsibilities like children and a husband, or businesses, careers, whatever your responsibilities are, you still owe it to God and yourself to pursue your own dreams and goals. Okay? And actually, when it comes to confidence, guys, I want to know, like, what are y'all working on in 2019? Like, I didn't do like a New Year's post or anything in here, but I would love to know, like, what are you guys' dreams and goals? What are some things that you're actually wanting to do and put into practice? Because this section on knowing yourself will really help you to get there. It will really, really help it. So I want to hear it. What are you guys working on? What are some of your dreams and goals? And if you don't have any just yet, it's okay. Take your time. Don't feel pressured, but make sure that you are working on those. And as you're building your dreams and goals, your self-care and your self-love should increase as well. So having an awareness of that love for yourself, when you have love for yourself, you're more gracious towards you. You are more conscientious of forgiveness that you need to do within yourself and to be able to help other people. And you'll just overall, like I said, value yourself more. So what are some of you guys' dreams and goals? I really, really want to know that. And for me specifically, you guys can kind of see the things that I'm working on because I showcase them, like this course, The Confident Queen, is something I'm working on, but also getting into real estate. That's actually something new for me. I've been working on for the past 6-7 months, just kind of looking at different ventures and taking opportunities, saving money for it, reading books. It is definitely new. It's a little bit scary because it's like, oh my gosh, I've never done this before, but that's something that I'm working on. I'm looking to see. Okay, so Carol, thank you so much for sharing. So you're working on weight loss and starting a new business. That's awesome. What specific business are you working on, and how is your like weight loss goal coming for you? I would love to be able to just talk with you guys about some of those things, because if I can contribute and help in some way, I definitely will. So thank you for sharing. Anyone else, if you want to share, you're more than welcome to. If you're catching the replay, you can definitely comment and share as well. And guys, also too, as you are knowing yourself, you're going to develop some intuition and trust that you can do whatever it is that you are striving for. Right? Like, you'll start to, for example, if you're working towards a goal and you are putting in consistent work, you'll always be like, oh yeah, I can do this, right? Even if it's something new. So yes, like real estate is new for me, but because I have shown up for myself and been faithful in my other businesses, I know I can get the real estate. I know I can like do it. I know it's there. I just have to keep working towards it, keep pressing. Okay, guys, so like I said, find ways in order to boost your confidence. Find ways to begin trusting yourself to do what you say you're going to do. So if it's like, you're going to work on meal prepping, or you're going to go to the gym for a week. So that's, Carol, I think this would be like right up your alley. If you're going to go to the gym 2-3 times a week, like just kind of doing those things for yourself and being consistent for you. Sometimes I think we're so consistent for everybody else but ourselves. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I need to be consistent for me. Like I actually matter too. So I encourage you guys to get and zone in on that as well. Okay, let me see if there are any comments. Awesome. Okay. You guys can keep commenting. I'll go back and look at it. So first we talked about knowing God. The second one was knowing yourself. The third one is knowing your purpose. Knowing your purpose. So guys, I just want to be very clear and transparent. Like your purpose, like every person's purpose on this planet, I truly believe is to help someone in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like that's what everybody thrives off of, is being able to help someone. But you may have a specific assignment of tasks or duties or things that you will do over the course of your life. So for me, like I knew at the age of 4 I was going to be a teacher. And I guess I thought it was going to just be a classroom teacher, but clearly like I'm teaching to you guys through a phone with the camera, live video, like I'm teaching and helping to build confidence. So I guess it's still a teacher, but just not in the classroom setting. And what happened for me, of course, like I wound up quitting my job in the classroom and created my own businesses where I'm teaching out into the world. So as you're developing and learning your specific assignment, right? for your life, don't feel so much pressure of like, I gotta know, what's my purpose? I feel like so many people harp on that so hard that they're missing the beauty of service, right? Because they feel like they have to do this one thing for the rest of their lives, and that's not it. Like, you're gonna go from level to level, and things will change. You won't always be the same. So to help you operate in your assignment or in your purpose, what you want to do is focus on your gifts and talents and what comes easy to you to be able to help people. Because sometimes we focus on like our weaknesses and we put so much emphasis on perfecting those that we miss out on opportunities to utilize our strengths and those gifts, those talents, those things that come easily. So guys, I would love to know, what are some of your gifts? What are some of your talents? Like I've already shared, like for me, teaching, speaking, writing, empowering. Those are some things that come easy for me as gifts and talents, and I operate in them. Things I know I'm not good at, I refuse to work for corporate America. I refuse to sit in a cubicle all day, right? Like, that's just not my thing. That's not what I do. So if you're not sure of what it is you do, maybe you know what you don't do and what you don't like. And my point in saying that, guys, is that we have to operate in our own lane and not trying to copy someone else. I think it's so easy to do that because we see someone else being successful at it that we think, hey, maybe I should try that. And there's nothing wrong with getting inspiration for people, but some things are not for you specifically. You have to be true to yourself and know like what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So like for me, as I've been developing my businesses, I found that some businesses, I need more passive income streams, meaning I can make money without having to be there, than active income streams, because I'll burn myself out. Like if I'm so active that I'm missing, my full self, right? Like I can't show up as my full self if I'm trying to, do everything on like an active side of it. So just staying true to like what works for me and not trying to like be what someone else might want me to be. With your purpose, you want to stay consistent, as I've already mentioned, and then focused on what it is you need to do, and not necessarily like, of course there's nothing wrong with having a coach and having guidance and looking to other people, but don't feel so pressured that you have to do something the way someone else does and follow them to the T, right? Because in some cases, some instances, God is going to give you a different path that's not going to look like someone else's. And I encourage you guys with your purpose, like if there's a class that you can take to craft your purpose and your calling, I highly recommend the Confident Queen. And the reason why is because without confidence, I would not have all the things that I have as far as like my businesses and things that took me to the next level if I didn't have that confidence within myself. So whatever it is, if you need to go find something, launch the business. And Kara, I know you said that you were starting a new business, which is awesome. Go ahead and take the next steps to do those things. That's going to build your confidence. So my confidence got built over something really small to some people, but I just got into some food prep. So I've been ordering food from online, and I would just cook it. But I'm in a season in my life where I'm really busy. I truly don't have time to cook the way I want to cook. Let me say it like that. I have time to cook, but it's not like trying new recipes and really zoning in on that nutrition. So I just decided, to do meal prep. Guys, that was something so small that has made me like boost my confidence now. Like I literally feel more confident in my workouts because I have like the food that I actually need. It's something so small, so simple, but I took that action, right? To make sure that I'm not wasting time trying to make myself cook something nutritional, and I'm also getting what I need to be able to help me in the gym. So now like I'm gonna feel better, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting my body together, my mind together, like everything is just working all in one. So go ahead and take the next step, and don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to take that next step, because it may seem like a baby step for some. It may seem like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. But whatever it is, guys, you need to go ahead and do it. Do it. Sign up. Whatever it is, like, it's time to be fearless. And fearlessness and confidence doesn't come by just listening to me, like, speak about this. Fearlessness and confidence comes when you apply yourself and do something outside of your comfort zone. The first time you do it, it's going to feel shaky, but once you accomplish it and once you hit that goal, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Let me do it again. Like, you'll get addicted to that feeling of building your confidence. Thank you guys who are just joining in. Please say hello. We have a lot of great things we've been talking about. We've started off to help us build our confidence with knowing God, knowing ourselves, knowing our purpose. And I'm going to actually touch on the last one right now. And guys, also too, if you happen to have any questions, I tried to jumble everything together from all the questions I've gotten in the comments for the past few weeks. But if you have any questions, please feel free to comment them below. I want to be able to help you guys and be supportive in this community. It's very important to me to help you guys. Okay, so I'm going to check out the comments before we get to our last point. Hi, Miss Cherise. How are you? Okay, so Lena says small but big impact. Yes, like it is. It's those small things, those small actions is what takes us to like the big picture goal. I think that a lot of us, for example, if your goal is to, launch your business, in your mind, you might feel like, okay, I need $50,000 right now to go buy the building, get all the furniture, boom, like make it happen overnight. I think that's where we are mentally, but really it's the building blocks, those small things. Like, okay, so maybe I don't get the building today. Maybe I just try to, I don't know, get a website built, something small. Or maybe I just write in my journal, or I am out talking with a group of friends and I tell them my idea and they connect me with someone. Like, those little bitty things will add up and it'll make the big picture of what it is you actually want to accomplish over time. Alright guys, so we're going to get to our last point, and that is knowing others. Knowing others. And when I say knowing others, like knowing how to serve them, like I said, I truly believe that's our purpose, is to serve people in some way, shape, or form. But for me, like with She's Worthy, my way of serving is to help empower you guys. Most of you all know that I have a tutoring company, so like I'm helping educate my community. Another big thing that I've been working on as I've been dating, yes, I'm dating, is building like with someone and having a family and being able to give the best of myself to those people. Through those experiences, like I see that I can truly show up and do great things through my businesses, through my family, and just my community. So as I'm serving them, you need to keep in mind that you are called for more than just yourself, right? Like, yeah, I talked about how important it is to know yourself, get into self-love, like all those things. I know that's important, but the reason why you do those things is to be able to help other people and not feel drained, right? Like, if you don't love yourself, you will not be able to help and impact other people, because they're going to feel you trying to pull energy from them, right? It takes energy to be able to serve people. That's why you have seen a lot of pastors and leaders who have, of course they may have mental illnesses and different things going on, but they may feel alone and drained because they are pouring from an empty cup. They don't have enough to give to others. So of course work on yourself, but know that you're called for more than just serving you. And another thing with helping and serving others is to embrace the season that you were in and serving people, and those you're supposed to serve. So sometimes I'm glad you guys resonate with that. Yes, yes, yes. Let me read this comment before I go on in my. It does. It takes so much energy, and people don't understand. Like, that's why I'm being honest, guys. I have, like, at 9 o'clock, my phone automatically goes on sleep. I don't care who it is. If it's an emergency, you'll come get me. You know where I live. Like, I have boundaries when it comes to, like, my phone is most of the time, I don't get any notifications. The only notifications I get are from Facebook Messenger and the Bible app. Those are the only two, because Facebook Messenger is business wise, and then the Bible app, like, I need, to know what's going on with the Lord. But it's like, I set those boundaries in place, because otherwise everybody's going to continuously, like, pull, and you don't want to feel pulled from. Like, how can I really be impactful and helpful to people if I'm being pulled in 50 directions and I'm not my best self? But in doing that, you want to embrace the season that you're in. So if God gives you 5 people to work with, don't be ungrateful for those 5 because you're focused on getting 20 more, right? Like, I feel like that's our generation. Like, we can't just embrace where we are. Like, just embrace it and know that greater is coming. His word says that if we're faithful with the small things, we'll be ruler over many things. And if that's a belief that you hold, then there's no reason to keep, like, focusing on the million. Like, no, focus on what you have right now, because it's just as beautiful. And also know that those millions, you still gonna have problems. Because I think a lot of people think, like, if I had this, I wouldn't have this problem, I'd be perfect. No, you're still gonna have problems no matter what phase you are in your life. So go ahead and get that illusion out of your head and be mindful that where I'm at is a beautiful place, and I'm going to continue to be grateful in that place. Allow humility to lead and guide you. I think that's really important. Like, as you are serving others, making sure that you humble yourselves. I feel like you guys in this group are very humble people, and you want to help and do amazing things. I've talked to some of you guys, so you definitely want to continue to do that. I'm gonna read these comments. Yep, boundaries. Miss Sharice, boundaries. You tell people straight up what their boundaries are. And thank you. I really appreciate it. Hey, for those of you who are joining in, say hello. All right, so to build up your ability to serve others, I encourage you to volunteer. I have been trying to volunteer, but some way, somehow, people always try to pay me, and I don't quite understand it. So, there are only a few things I can volunteer with, whether it's like a friend, if I see, they need help with something, or going to a certain community, different things like that. That'll help you with your service. And if you don't want to, like, some people don't want to volunteer in their business because they want to make sure that they have a fine line. Like, find something else that you can volunteer your time to serve them. And that's going to build your confidence in making other people happy, because that, for me, that is a pleasure to see someone else succeed and be happy and be successful. And you want to become the best at serving those around you and being conscientious of their needs. If you don't have confidence within yourself, within God, yourself, and knowing your purpose, you're not going to be effective in serving all those other people. So I just want to make sure that you guys got the order of that, because I feel like a lot of us are going out into the world and we're serving from, like, a space that is just not healthy, and it's not, like, effective in the workplace and wherever you are in your life. And you want to make sure that you are at your absolute best. So guys, I wanted to just go ahead and stop there. If you have questions, please comment them below. If you're catching the replay, I've asked a lot of questions. I'd love for you to comment below, and I'll be checking this because I think this is a very important topic to dive into to help you build your confidence. So before I get off, guys, I do want to let you know that the Confident Queen is available, the full course. Tonight was just an introductory course, so you would know, like, what you're getting yourself into if you were to sign up. The course itself is 4 parts, and it's actually on sale for $47 up until February 14th. And after that, the price will be going up. if you would like to join in on the group coaching program, which I do recommend. I recommend both, but I really recommend group coaching because accountability matters. I know a lot of people might like to go on and do it themselves. Don't worry about anybody else, but like, you need people in your life to call you out when you're right and call you out when you're wrong, to help steer you in a good direction. So that's what that group would be. I am accepting a limited number, no more than 10 people in the group coaching program, because I want to make sure that I can be helpful towards each and every individual. I don't care about numbers. I ain't doing this for money. I'm doing it because I clearly love helping women build their confidence. And so I want to make sure it's a small, close-knit community. If you are interested in the group coaching program, of course, you would get the course for free. You'd also have the opportunity to be able to have a live Q&A with me. Each week I'll be doing that, as well as giving you extra weekly assignments to build that confidence muscle. Like I said, it's the accountability group that you would also be getting, and that is $147 for 4 weeks. So if you would like to do that, just let me know. In the comments, you can say, yes, sign me up, or you can message me. That's perfectly fine. And we'll be able to chat about that. Now, the actual course and group coaching will not start until the 18th, but the prices that I gave you tonight will go be available until the 14th. After that, the price goes up. So if you guys are interested, I would love for you to reach out to me. Definitely comment below and share what resonated with you most tonight. When I get off, I'm going to come back. I want to see what you guys got out of this and how you're going to use it. Like, please don't listen to this and just sit on your behind or decide you're not going to take action. Like, this is the time now. This is the time to help build that confidence muscle. So I enjoyed sharing this with you guys tonight. Please feel free to share this with others that you may know of who are struggling with their confidence. Maybe they need a boost. And as I mentioned, this can also be helpful for younger women as well. If you have a daughter or a niece or someone like that that you feel like could really use this to help boost their confidence as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I can't wait to chat with you all in the comments.